That's a homage to my friend Eric Nilsson. A little bit of ninja practice finishing up right before my video here. But there we go. Guys, hey, it's Mike from Ojas here. Today I want to take you through my go-to warm-up, my go-to stretch sequence. This is something that I take all my clients through very often. It's not what we do every single time, but it is absolutely my go-to. It's a time to check in. This, when you're coming from your everyday life, from working, sitting at a desk, typing on a computer, hopping in the car in this little seated position, driving over here, bam, you're in the gym. Now it's time to check in, see how the body's feeling, see how your joints are feeling. Get the mind right, get the mind reset, and let go of the stuff out there and get focused on working out. I like these 3 movements. It's called Mike's Big 3. That's what I call it. It's not officially called Mike's Big 3. These are not my moves. They're done. They've been done for a long time probably. Kind of like mobile yoga in a way. But my goal with coming up with this and how it kind of landed, it came to me organically really, but it's just became something that I settled into as a great way to mobilize the body, get the whole body kind of moving a little bit. We're getting shoulders involved, the chest, the core, hip flexors stretching out a little bit. Everybody, we're seated so often in this life. So many people in computer jobs, so many people, seated jobs in a lot of ways. And we just sit all the time. We were raised sitting in chairs at school. We sit at home at the kitchen table for dinner. We're sitting to watch TV at night. We're sitting to play video games. We're sitting to read books, sitting in these chairs, in this shortened hip flexor position. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video. We might talk more about hip flexors specifically, but they're involved in this. They get a stretch here too. Quads are getting a little warmed up. We're balancing some. There's just a whole lot going on here. So it's a good time for checking in. That's something that's important to me. I want to see how people's bodies are feeling. You're going through these motions. It only takes 3 to 5 minutes. It's something I do in here where we travel back and forth across the room. I'm going to show them to you right now. So when we go through these motions, I'm wanting my clients to let me know what's going on in the body. Let me know how things are feeling, that they're good to go to get into these workouts. So we go through this, and then we'll go through kind of an activation and warm up, and then we'll get into the heavy lifting. There's more on that later. But first movement here, we call it the inchworm. Inchworm. You're going to You're going to reach down to the floor, basically trying to keep pretty straight legs. Mine are going to bend a little bit here. I'm not crazy flexible in my hamstrings, but I want you to feel hamstring stretch. So we're not bending the knees and squatting down here. We got a straight leg bend, and we're going to walk the hands out. So now I'm getting some weight on my arms, weight in the shoulders. The shoulder joints are getting a little warmed up here. Coming down from a push-up, a little bit of chest involved there. Going to lay my feet flat. And we're going to do kind of an up dog here. Coming down to an up dog. Feel that out. So you got spinal extension. My low back's going into extension. A lot of us are sitting in flexion a lot of times. And so we need to move the spine the other direction too. We're going to tuck the toes, keeping legs straight. Going to push your hips up into the air, kind of a down dog position, right? So we go up into the up dog, down into the down, up dog, up into the down dog, down into the up dog. They should name them different. Yoga's been around a long time, but I'm about to switch those names. We're going to walk with straight legs here, getting a stretch in the calves now, more stretch in the hamstrings. When we're here and you already feel maybe you're able to go a little bit tighter from that initial reach down to the floor, then you're going to walk your hands back out. Core's involved here, kind of in that plank. We're not walking out with an extended spine. We're going to keep the tummy tight through this. Get to that high plank position. Go down from the push-up, back to the up dog. Stretching that spine. Tucking toes again. Walk straight legs forward. So you're going to go through these. I always have people do like 3 to 5 of them, really, and just kind of feeling them out, getting the body loose, getting the body warm. So that's number 1. Bam. Usually I just go back and forth across the room, but I'm trying to stay within the screen on the video. So I'm going to start back over here. Number two, we're getting a little balance work in, a little single leg hip hinging happening here, and also a stretch in the glutes and a good knee bend. You're going to grab a leg, stand on one leg, grab one knee and pull it in tight. And then you're going to hinge in that opposite leg, the one that's on the floor, reaching out nice and long. Usually I have a straight leg behind me, but it feels like there's a box in the way. Then you're going to step through other sides. So you're just alternating sides. Real simple. Squeeze the leg in tight. Kick it behind you, reaching out long, working on that balance. Focus on the hips here with that hip hinge. See what the glutes are feeling like. Getting things dialed in. This is your time. A workout is your time where you're taking care of yourself so that you can more easily take care of everybody else out there in your life. We got to focus on ourselves. A lot of us need to focus on ourselves a little bit more than we do. But check in with yourself here. Hinges, single leg, deadlift, reaching across the room along with that little knee hug, right? So we got that going. That's 1, 2. Number 3, we're going to go into a long lunge here. And we're not just willy-nilly lunging out and going through this motion. I want you to focus on nice long leg behind you. That leg right now is my right leg, long behind me. I'm going to squeeze that right glute tight. So now I'm getting a stretch in the hip flexors because the opposite muscles of the hip flexors are the glutes. Glutes are hip extensors. Hip flexors are the action is hip flexing, right? So now I'm going to squeeze the glutes, starting to stretch the hip flexors and sink into the hips here. Other side's getting a little mobilization in the hips. And then you're going to rotate with that forward leg side. Rotate that arm up into the air. Rotating the forward leg side kind of keeps that lumbar spine locked into position a little bit more so you can focus on T-spine rotation. That's the upper back. T-spine rotation is something super important that a lot of us are losing over the years as we get older. And now you can either crawl through if you can. This is what I shoot for. Step that other leg forward. Squeeze glute. Nice long leg behind you. Push into the hip flexors here while you're squeezing the glutes down. Feel the stretch in the hips here. And rotate the opposite hand now, the other side with that forward leg. My right side right now. Good T-spine rotation. Mobilizing that T-spine. Tasty. Also getting a little bit more shoulder activation here. A little more mobilization of the shoulder as we're in load, body weight on the ground here. Holding this up in different positions. So we're warming up the shoulder joints. Not just casually walking through this stuff, really kind of just thinking how the body feels. Focus, starting to get things a little bit warm. And we're doing a few of these each side across the room. Usually in here, this room's 24 feet long, I think, across. I think I measured one time. It really only allows for like 2 or 3 each side. But checking in, getting things loosened up, and you're taking your time and mindfully moving through these motions. 2 or 3 each side is enough to really start to get some blood flowing and get things mobilized and start really getting in gear for a workout. That's about it. Just doing those, showing them to you, and talking at the same time has me getting a little bit shiny already. And then we would go into our warm-up circuit, which I normally do. I have kind of a formula, the workouts that I take people through. But we're going to do more weighted exercises to kind of really fire things up, depending on what we're doing for our strength portion of a workout. But we'll get into more of that another time. But this is go-to before a workout. It could be before a run, anything really. Stop, take some time to check in with yourself and do these motions. These are not dangerous motions. This is kind of stuff that's just really going to get you feeling the body, getting yourself geared up and ready to go for a good workout. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that this can help you out in some way. It's a great, quick, little bit of stretching and warm up to check in with the body before you go work out. Super important to check in and get things going before you just dive into a workout. So try it out. Let me know how it goes. Like and subscribe to this channel. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.